BLESS Society, and this is BLESS
BLESS
TV. Come on! We are so excited that you've tuned in today. Yeah. Mega,
Clearly, mega
this
excited.
is our third episode, Jess.
Third episode, we're already here. Crazy
Girl,
time.
look at this. Well, today we've got some really crazy stuff for you.
Yes, we do.
Really great episode. But just want to tell you a bit about what BLESS is. BLESS is a society that we established on Sussex and Brighton campuses so that we can eat together, hang out, and just serve our local communities. And so we've taken that online because of everything that's happening right now, and we're having fun.
We're having
Lots
a lot of fun.
What can we expect today, Jess?
Well, in today's episode, what to expect. So we are exploring the topic of well-being.
Amazing.
Especially during COVID times, we need to bring this topic back up. It is so relevant today, if not more than ever.
Yeah.
So we're going to have a special guest called Lauren come on. We love Lauren. And she's going to come on and share her experience of her well-being journey and what we can learn from that.
Yeah.
We also have an opportunity for you guys to win some free pizza.
Amazing.
Yes. So stay tuned. You can answer a question. First person to answer the question wins some pizza. It's a good time. Also, Arnold's going to come on and answer a juicy question for us. And then we've also got some disgusting food in the middle of all of that. So stay tuned.
Well, that sounds really good, and I'm really excited, so I just want to dive straight in.
Let's dive straight in.
Yeah, Lauren, let's welcome you on, girl.
Welcome, Lauren. You got some fans, girl. You got some fans.
Hi, Lauren.
Hey, Lauren.
Shout out to my fans.
Clearly
How
a lot
are you
of them
doing
there.
today? How are you?
I'm so good. I'm excited to be here. What an honour.
Oh, no, we are really glad to
Yes,
have
we are.
you. So just tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I am a student intern here at Emmanuel Church. Hello. I was a student at university.
Oh, what did you study?
I studied childhood and youth with British Sign Language.
Nice.
Very niche. Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah, and then hopefully I'll be going back to study next year.
Very exciting. I think it would be silly of me not to ask you to do some British Sign Language whilst we're here.
Pressure.
Can you sign BLESS TV?
Yeah, sure.
Girl!
Yeah.
That was beautiful. Well, Lauren, great to have you here. Whilst we have a conversation with Lauren, we have got an interesting food activity. So, how it works, basically, we bring on some kind of disgusting food. We eat it for your entertainment purposes only. We do not recommend you eat this at home.
Nope.
It's for you to laugh at, and we have an awful time. That's basically what we do. On the screen, you will see the colours green or red. If it comes up green, we're going to eat something good and tasty. If it comes up red, it's going to not be so tasty. So without further ado, we're going to bring on our first round with Carmina. But first of all, let's spin the wheel. Red or green? Ooh.
Oh dear.
Oh, it's green. Bring me my treat, Carmina.
If there's anyone out there who can make it green all the time, I would really appreciate
We'd really
it.
appreciate green.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Carmina. Yes. Thank you, girl. Okay.
Oh, wow.
We got some treats. So, if you can see, we've got some Oreos. What have you got over there?
I've got some chocolate.
Chocolate.
Yeah.
What dates?
Dates.
I feel
actually
like
don't like dates.
That's
so.
the worst out of the lot.
Yeah.
Why?
Well,
Sorry, but not sorry. I'm having a good time over here.
we had spicy wings last week, didn't we?
We're having a good time
having a
compared
great
to
time.
last week, guys. Yes. First question.
Yeah.
Shall I ask it?
Yeah,
You
go
ask
for it.
Okay, so Lauren, is it good?
Chewy.
It's chewy. Okay, sure. We're talking about well-being here.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe do you want to just start us off by talking about your well-being journey, mental, physical well-being, kind of where have you been with that? Where are you today?
Okay. So I'd say my journey with well-being, it's been an ongoing one for 3 or 4 years maybe. I was kind of forced into acknowledging what well-being was because my mental health got a bit bad. I had some undiagnosed mental health conditions, so a couple of eating disorders, anxiety and depression. And as I came to terms with that, I was like, okay, well, well-being is something I need to start considering. And so now it's something that I'm actively aware of and practicing, and yeah.
So good. So through the ups and downs of this journey, what would you say the biggest things that you've learnt are?
So I think it's the idea of ups and downs, right? So if I'm having a bad day one day, it doesn't mean that it's going to be a bad day forever.
Yeah.
Every morning is like a new chance at a good day. So yeah, I think knowing that it comes in phases and it's not going to last, I think that's the biggest lesson. That
So
I've learned.
good.
Yeah. I guess, what's the kind of like the biggest thing that you've learned on your well-being journey? Is there like kind of tips that you've learned along the way that you could share with our people?
Tips, okay. So I would say for me, a big thing was like striving. So easier said than done, but stop striving. It's just an endless cycle, and it can hurt. And taking time to think about stuff.
Sure.
Okay, so this is something I've come to like practice regularly.
Yeah.
Going for a little walk.
Love
just
that.
allow myself to process feelings, have some time just to think about life. Man, it's so good.
Yeah.
Like, so refreshing. But on top of that, also just having time to not think about anything.
So good.
Yes.
Like, empty the mind.
I'm so
Just
for that.
Let it drain.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just allow yourself to rest and just to be.
These sounds like really good tips. Like, I want to try these out.
The only thing I was thinking, see when you're saying about going for a walk, walking and thinking that's like multitasking. I can't
That's
really
heavy
do
stuff,
that
man.
multitasking thing. But you do you, boo. Sounds great for those that can.
Nice. And would you say these are things that like clicked into place straight away, or just kind of you worked yourself into it?
No, it's definitely not a matter of clicking into place.
Okay.
Like, this is a few years down the line and stuff that I've had to be quite like strict with myself and be like, no, Lauren, give yourself time to just think.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I get quite busy and then I don't give myself time to think and it gets overwhelming.
Sure,
So it's definitely
sure.
like self-control and being like, come on, do that, give yourself time, it's good.
I think that's the encouragement that you don't have to get it straight away.
Exactly. It's a journey, right?
Yeah.
It's a journey that we're all on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Lauren, you're a Christian. You became a Christian a few years ago. And how has this impacted and changed the way that you look at your well-being?
So I think it's changed the way that I look at my well-being because I know that Jesus meets me where I'm at. So I don't have to strive for some kind of perfection because he's just there and he loves me and he knows me intimately. So in the Bible, this guy called David, he talks about God and how God views humans. And he says, when I look at the heavens, the work of your hands, the moon and stars which you have set in place, what is man that you are mindful of him? And I think for me, that's so encouraging because I know that I'm not that great. I haven't got a lot to bring to the table, especially to someone like God. And yet he's so mindful of me and he loves me so intimately.
Wow.
And I think for me, that's like the biggest thing for my well-being.
Wow. And even later on in this episode, actually, we are going to be exploring a bigger question as to how can we trust the Bible? So I know you're talking about a relationship with God. So if people are like, I can't really relate to that, well, stay tuned. We've got Arnold to answer that question later on. But I'm going to put this on pause. We've got another round of spin the wheel, unfortunately.
I
So
was really
let's
trying to
see.
avoid that.
Yeah.
I was really enjoying my chocolate.
I was enjoying my chocolate too,
Let's
actually.
go to the next question so we can avoid the wheel.
But this is what we're here for entertainment purposes. Let's spin the wheel, audience. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh, it's a red one. Okay.
I breathe yes under my breath.
You breathed yes under your breath?
I could see it.
Oh gosh. This is a no.
Right, okay, so
I'll take the green things, yeah?
right,
green stuff.
you take that. Guys, in case you can't see this, I have got a can of crap. It's juice with chips. I think soggy chips. You've got
Carmina, what is this?
it's like vegetables.
Fried vegetables.
Fried vegetables.
I think that looks decent. I'm not gonna lie.
And what's that one? Oh, let's switch. Yes, that is meat.
I definitely had the spiciest wings on Sunday. So I feel like this last week. So this is like redemption. I'm happy.
I've got beef. That is a chip. Oh. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Is it good?
No.
No, it's not good.
Okay,
Did you want to? No, I'm good.
fine.
I'll just go for the beef. Right. So whilst we eat this disgusting thing, Lauren, I guess just to finish off our lovely interview, you know, we're talking. Yeah, was that nice? So, if you're able to communicate, we're talking about well-being here, right?
Yeah, we are.
What is why is it so important to talk about? Because I mean, you said, you know, you've only started exploring it over the past 3 or 4 years. It's something that's really not spoke about often enough.
Yeah.
So I guess for people who haven't thought about focusing on it more, why is it important? Why should people focus on it?
I mean, I think well-being affects everything, right? The fear in your eyes. Yeah, well-being affects everything. So I know that when I wasn't like attentive to my well-being, it affected every area of my life. So it affected the way I looked at the world around me, the way I looked at myself, my relationships, the way I thought about my future. It was pretty messy, but now that I'm actually attentive to it, there's so much more hope there. So yeah, I think paying attention to your well-being is just so vital.
So good.
That's great. I'm not enjoying that.
I think you cheated because you basically, I didn't even see you eat that.
I had half a
Did
chip.
anyone
I
see
had
her?
half a chip. Someone, come on. No one. Okay.
No, you got no one, but
sorry,
you're on
you
your
actually
own.
have to eat this.
Okay, guys.
One more, you got this. I'm eating some beef, man. It's beef in a tin.
Oh, you dripped on me.
It's drippy. It's a drippy boy. Oh. No, okay.
Thank you. I mean, we appreciate that because you did that for us. So, I mean, as we're just rounding this up, what kind of your last pointers for people watching about their well-being? What would you say to a student who's just thinking and exploring about the topic?
Give yourself time. Don't rush things. You can't get everything spot on. It is a journey to understand your well-being and your feelings. And yeah, just take time. Just take time to contemplate, to really think and process. Yeah.
Thank you, girl.
Wow, Lauren, can we give this girl a round of applause?
So good. Thank you for just like sharing your story with us as well. We just really appreciate it. Well, guys, we're on to the next segment.
Ooh, what's next, Christina?
Yeah, so if you've been watching us for a few weeks now, you know that this is the time where we ask you the question, the winning question where you get a chance to get some free food on us. Because usually we would eat together, and we can't do that right now, but we want to share the spirit of bless with you, you know? Food, enjoyment, hanging out, you know? So the question for this week... Oh, right, yeah. The first person to answer in the chat, you win, and we'll be in contact.
You win this.
Yeah.
Pizza. Whatever pizza you want.
This week, so we'll go for it. So the question is, make sure that I get this. On average, how many teeth does an adult human being have?
Ooh, juicy question. Okay. First person to answer that, you get a Domino's pizza.
Yeah.
Good time. So get typing. And in the meantime, whilst you are picking at your brains for the answer, we are going to introduce Arnold on. He's going to answer a juicy question for us. Arnold, can you remind us of the juicy question you're going to answer for us?
Yeah, sure, no problem. I mean, how easy is it, right, to just win some Domino's? Get in there, answer that question, and get yourself some nice pizza. But I have 5 minutes to answer the question, and the question today is, can I trust the Bible? Is the Bible trustworthy? And the Bible as a topic is huge. I will not be able to cover it in 5 minutes. But in Christianity, the foundation of our belief is that Jesus rose from the dead. So let's look at whether the New Testament, whether the Bible is accurately depicting what happened in first century Israel. And I've got 3 points that I want to cover. Point number 1 is the Bible the only piece of text that is talking about that area in that time? Well, actually, the answer to that is no, that it's not the only piece of text. In fact, there are people, first century historians, you can search them up yourself. They are called Josephus, Tacitus, and Pliny. Those are only 3 of a few other people who have been writing about the events that happened in first century. And they are Jewish, Roman, Greek, basically pagan historians that are talking about Jesus. They have no bias into it. They're not Christian to say, oh yes, I'm going to talk about Jesus just so that people believe it. No, they're just looking at what happened in the first century and writing about it. And what they say is that there was a person called Jesus of Nazareth. He grew up and had many followers. He did incredible things in his time, and his followers went on to say and believe that he was God after he had died. So that's one thing that we can say, well, actually, what the Bible is saying is lining up with what other non-Christian historians are also saying in terms of the events that happened in first century. The second thing is, I totally respect, right? We believe in somebody who was born from a virgin, somebody who healed lepers, and somebody who rose from the dead. Surely there must be some degree of, like, I don't know if you remember when you were a child, like Chinese whispers, right? Somebody is saying, oh, Jesus is a great guy. And then another person's like, oh, did you hear that guy? He said Jesus is a great guy. Before you know it, he's healing the sick and rising from the dead. That's probably what you might think happened, right? Well, you know, the New Testament, especially the biographical writings of Jesus, was circulating 40 years, around about 40 years after he had died. And the authors were around at the time as well. If there was somebody who was exaggerating who Jesus was, the readers of this text or the listeners of this story would have been able to go back to the authors, to the, not even the authors, but the people who were actually with Jesus at the time and say, did this actually happen? And there would be writings that would say, you know what, people have been saying that I've said Jesus has done this, that, or the other, and it's not true. And they would be able to come together. But actually, these pieces of text have been going on for years and years, and these eyewitnesses were actually agreeing to what the text was saying. That's number two. The third one is something called textual criticism. Now, what textual criticism is basically that if we have a really early copy of a piece of text and we have loads of those copies of that early manuscript, then we can trust the reliability of that piece of text. Let's look at something that's widely accepted. It's called Caesar's Gallic Wars. The Gallic Wars was written around about 50 BC, but the earliest copy we have is 800 AD. That's around about 900 years that have passed, and we have about 9 to 10 copies of that. But that is still accepted as what is written in that copy is exactly what happened in 50 BC. The Bible was written around about 40 to 100 AD. We have a few bits of that time, but the full manuscript of the New Testament, the New Testament was written 40 to 100. The full manuscript of the New Testament was written, the earliest copy we have is 310 AD. There's only been a short gap, and we have over 20,000 of those copies in different languages, and they all agree with one another. We can trust the reliability of the New Testament, and it is accurately depicting what happened in first century Israel. I'd love to know from you, with what I've said, who do you say Jesus is? He's not just some great guy that we're making up. Who do you say? Well, you can find out more by coming to Alpha. Alpha is a place where we talk about these things. We discuss all about Jesus and faith. And it would be great to hear what your thoughts are. I definitely have to go now because I know classic Abe is looking at me like, Arnold, sort your life out and be done with it. So thank you so much for listening, and over to you.
Thank you, Arnold. Thank you.
We're in sync. Ooh. Yeah. Right, while he's been talking, thank you so much for talking, by the way, Arnold. I'm trying to figure out whether I like this beef. I'm having a mixed relationship with it, whether it's good or bad.
I definitely don't like mine. There's
yeah, that
no
stinks.
Yeah.
That actually stinks. Glad you can't. Yeah. Yeah, so like Arnold was saying, Alpha is a place where you can explore your questions if you have any. So if that's something you're interested in, it's online, it's on Zoom, you don't have to go anywhere. By the comfort of your home, you can just ask some questions about faith, Christianity, whatever.
Yeah.
You can go on to weareemmanuel.com/alpha for more information on that and to possibly join in.
Great. Thanks, Jess. And for you who's answered first in the chat, we'll be in contact with how you can claim your Dominoes. So Wait for that.
Yes, free Dominoes coming your way. Okay, so we're gonna do one more round of this.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. So, can we please have one last spinner? And please, can you make it green? Let's go.
Oh, wait.
Oh, I thought he was gonna make it green. Okay. It
I
was.
feel like someone is
Come
messing
on,
up with
no.
this. But you know what? I'm here for this. I'm actually a champion. Let's do this.
Self-proclaimed.
Right.
Give the people what they're here for.
What is that? What is that?
This doesn't even look bad. This is
Okay.
tofu.
You just got a fat
Basilico.
chunk of tofu.
Right. Can we just get a close up on this, please? What is that? It is sauerkraut. This is what I'm eating. You're welcome, everybody.
It's just cabbage, right? Easy.
Yeah, but it's mingy cabbage.
Okay, let's watch you eat yours.
What?
Okay, so whilst we dig into this beautiful dessert of some kind, just to let you know, yes, like we said, we are a church that funds BLESS Society, and if you're interested in church and events and things happening here, if you're interested in Christianity, if you're interested in being friends with us, I haven't even eaten mine yet. I'm going to do it after. Yes, if you're interested in checking out a church, here we are. We're a bunch of students that want to meet you and just be friends. Whatever stage in Christianity you're in, whatever stage of faith, even if you don't have faith and you just want to have some friends, hey,
Come
we
hang
want
out with us,
be
honestly.
here. So we are Emmanuel.com/students if you want to find out more about what we do. But otherwise, that's the end of the show, and I'm so glad that it is because I don't have to eat any more of this.
Well, thank you guys for joining us. I'm actually enjoying this. I'm really, yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What is it? Tofu?
Yeah, it's really good.
Okay.
But thank you so much, guys. See you next week. And yeah, have a great week.
That was disgusting.
Did you even eat any?
It
Wasn't
tapped
as
my
good as-
tongue.